So a few weeks ago, I had this great idea to go to the library, choose whatever books I wanted to read, borrow them, and read them. Wild concept, I know. I was going to film a whole vlog about reading the books, but it just didn't work out that way. So I just wanted to talk about them here. Okay, this is the one that I did DNF of the stack, but considering my odds, I think 1 out of 5 is pretty good. I just did not like some of the language, and it wasn't really picking up the pace for me. I know a lot of people love this. I'm sorry this is unpopular opinion, but this book just was not for me, unfortunately. Next, we have a book that I had wanted to read for so long, and I actually almost bought it at the used bookstore before I went to the library, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because although I kind of enjoyed the story, like I'm glad that I read it, it was interesting enough. I did not love this. I gave it 2 stars. Originally, I was going to give it 3, but I kind of sat on the rating for a few days and realized that for me, this was more of a 2-star. I really don't even remember that much about it, and I only read it like a week ago. I also don't think that this is very appropriate for YA, which is what it's categorized as, at least according to my library. Not a huge fan, but I still think that it's worth trying. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, not the best. This was a really good book. Again, though, I don't think I would classify this as YA. It deals with a lot of really serious situations and is very descriptive. It depends on how old YA you're thinking. 14 and up, yeah, sure, that probably could work, but I don't think that like a 12-year-old needs to be reading this quite yet. I do recommend reading it. I think it's a really good story. Did I cry? Absolutely. This one I do like, and I never would have thought that I would be the type of person to like this author's work, but apparently here we find ourselves. I will say I like the Hotel Nantucket way better. This has some issues, some serious issues. I'm not necessarily saying that this is good in real life. If this happened in real life, I would not approve. But I do really love the daughter's character, like the main character's daughter, and her potential love interest. And finally, I am still currently reading this, but I'm enjoying it so much so far. I think it has 5-star potential. I have made decent progress. This is the next section that I will be reading. I think there's a chance it could be 5 stars. It might just be 4. I don't know yet, but I love the dual timeline. It's very helpful that I'm familiar enough with the setting that I can like picture it. Overall, just really enjoying this. And I'm so glad that I saw this. I really only picked it up because I noticed the cover, the spine, looked very similar to... As you can see, they're very similar styles, and so that's what made this stand out. But then I read the description and I was like, that sounds really good. So glad I picked it up because I'm enjoying it so much so far. And that's everything that I picked up at the library.